Josh, from the outside looking in, like a lot of the drills are the same, but it seems now that it's for real, it seems to be more of an edge. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
You guys are playing edgy as
yeah,
it's can.
yeah. I mean, the intensity is definitely here. It's definitely up. You know, we didn't like what we did last year. You know, so we all feel that in this building, and you can feel it. Like the guys on defense flying from the D line to the safeties, everybody. You know, guys on offense, we pushing each other to finish, and just to be who we want to be. And we know that it's gonna take a lot more, so we trying to give a lot more this year.
Josh, what's your confidence level in your O line? You know, bringing in Aaron Diggs, you re-sign that Tom,
Yep.
and then you're trying to get this contract for Ellen Jenkins. Like, are you feeling good about where the Packers are going with their O line?
Definitely. I mean, you know, they don't get a lot of the attention, but everything starts with them. I mean, both sides, offensive line, D line, it starts with them, and we can't really do anything without them. And for me, man, you know, I try to tell them all the time, like, do what you can, and I'm gonna make you right. And for real, so go 100%, and if you mess up, cool, but I'll make you right. And it's just about a trust thing. It's about a timing thing. I think that some of the new guys got to get a feeling of how I run the ball. Like some plays I tempo a little bit more, and some plays I'm trying to hit it. So it's just about getting the feel.
And you mentioned the trust. Does it instill a little bit of confidence in you as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I know that they're gonna be where they need to be, and I know that we could be working on a double team and we could be working up to the linebackers, and I can trust that I'm gonna stay on my track, and to get to where I need to be, and that they're gonna be there.
Josh, I know Marshawn Lloyd had a roller coaster year last year with the injuries and appendicitis. To see him kind of start this season back out there, what was that like for you, and how have you been helping him?
Man, I'm really happy for him, man. Y'all don't understand how hard he works. One, I mean, he was in here a lot working, but he's a hard worker, man, and I know mentally how much it weighed on him. Not being able to be out there with the guys and to be who he is. So me, I just try to encourage him. We see the special abilities that he has. He's going to help his team. So for me, man, I just try to encourage him to keep being who he is, and to try to be a little better.
Josh, you joined this team last year, and it was clear from day one just how much you wanted to win. It wasn't about getting paid and taking the biggest contract. It was about wanting to win. And that transitioned to this off-team season when you stumped for the team to have urgency. And now that you're here in training camp, you're counting down the days to real football. How do you feel this team has responded to that, and how much do you want it even more the closer you get to another crack at it?
I feel like, man, one thing about being a leader, it's not always easy, and it's not always doing what's comfortable. Sometimes you got to ruffle feathers. Sometimes we got to hold each other accountable, and that's something that I try to do. I try to say the things that people are afraid to say, and that's whether I'm talking to X or I'm talking to Jordan, it doesn't really matter. Everybody got to be held to a certain type of standard, even myself. So for me, man, I feel like the greatest teams are the teams that's the most closest, but also the teams that hold each other the most accountable. So that's what we try to do, man. We trying to set the standard high. And I feel like to be able to do what we want to do, what we say we want to do, we got to live what we say. So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's a back. How proud are you when a guy in front of you, like Zach, gets the pay dates?
Yeah, it's amazing, man, because he deserves it. Like I said, the O-line, they don't get a lot of attention. We see what they do because we watch film. We really dissect it. But to see his hard work that he's puts in all the time, he puts his head down. You don't never have to worry about him for anything. He'll have a couple of errors every now and then. Like, he does his job. So to be able to see him get paid and get rewarded for what he's put into this game, I think it's huge, man. I'm happy for him.
Workload kind of gets talked a lot about with you, obviously 300 plus carries last year.
Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself going through that last year, and how you can maximize each carry in this offense?
Man, I felt great. I don't know if I'm hitting my prime. I don't know, but I felt good. Like at the end of the season, I wasn't having nothing that was lingering, for a month or two. None of that. Like I felt good at the end of the season, and I felt good coming in. So for me, man, I feel like I learned how my body works, but not only that, like I've learned really how to play this game to where I can protect myself but still be who I am. So for me, man, this is about trying to come in and get better each day.
Did you have to change anything this offseason for your body, knowing that you just had 300 plus touches last year and just being that body maintenance part?
Man, because this is the first year I've went into offseason and I literally was not dealing with anything. Like normally I go into the offseason and I'll be like, all right, I gotta nurse this for a few weeks, go to rehab for a little bit, and then let my body kind of chill out a little bit. And I was like, after the season, I was kind of like, after the first week, I'm like, all right, I'm back to it. You know, back running, back doing everything that I needed to do. So I felt pretty good.
What can I say is Simmons do for that defense?
Yeah. First, he can run.
Yeah.
He can run. He's kind of a unicorn at that position. You know, he can run. We can put him out on, on guys in the slot, and he can cover guys. And really, man, I just can't wait to see him in pass. I want to see how physical he is. Obviously, I done played against him a couple of times, so I know what kind of player he is. But, it's different when you see it on a day-to-day basis.
Josh, when you got
This is when year 7.
Year 7.
So what's that like? And it's the first play of training camp. You get the ball. I mean, is it different at all, or is it just another play at this point in your life?
I feel like each year it gets easier. Each year I feel like it goes faster. Like coming into this training camp, like I remember my rookie year, even my probably like first few years, I felt like training camp was always like long. And like coming in now, I'm like, man, it's really only 2.5 weeks until you get to the preseason games. So I don't know. I feel like it just goes faster each year.
You mentioned Simmons' speed. Obviously, you guys aren't the abs yet. Did
Mhm.
he surprise you on that? You got that?
Nah, I knew he fast.
Right there.
Yeah, he fast. And I think when he learns the defensive schemes and how he fits, and then once you learn it, you can kind of put your spin on it, and you can do what you're good at. And you can see him; he's starting to get a little more comfortable. He's starting to fly around a lot more because he's comfortable. He understands what he's doing. So I think he's going to be a good addition to our team.
Like a year later, like you came in here from a different scheme,
Yeah.
and I remember the lineman talking about, adjustments
Yeah.
and everything, and now you're a year into it. Has Matt kind of configured things a little bit more for you?
Yeah, definitely that. But I think that the biggest thing that was different between this year and last year is I don't really have to go out there and think because I already know most of all of the things that we're doing. It's more so about working on fine-tuning the things that I already do. I'm not going out there like, oh, what do I have on this play, trying to make sure I'm running the play right. I'm more so looking at it from a overall scheme and like, okay, I'm doing this because of this, and I think that makes it a lot easier for me. It allows me to play a lot faster.
Josh, in your locker room, you got to do the video.
Yeah.
Like, what is this like to see this?
Man, it's amazing. I mean, it's a lot different, man. You coming in, I feel like it just makes coming to work, even on them harder days, it just makes it feel not as hard. You coming into something where you feel comfortable, you can sit down, you can, relax, and they have everything you need here, so I think that's definitely huge for your mental.
Matt LaFleur said he had a message, though. He said it may be a sexy locker room, but there's nothing sexy about putting in the work.
Yeah.
That being well received?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like I said, we didn't like how we finished last year. The sense of urgency in this building, in this organization right now is very high. And, we all trying to hold each other to that standard of what we want to be and what we want to accomplish. And obviously, we went, one game in the North? So for us, man, that's our main focus right now, just trying to be better and improve.